guys, welcome back to Tape to Twine. Sorry I have not been posting a lot. College is whooping my ass right now. I'm just gonna go straight into this on iFunny. I asked you guys if you want to ask me some questions. I got some decent ones below, so I was gonna go over some of them anyway. But I'll just answer the questions and then give you my predictions for how teams will do this year. So my first question is J-Mac. He said, "How do you feel about Johnny Gaudreau's new contract? I personally don't feel like it's enough. I think it is enough. To be honest, he was being a little bit of a baby. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw him. I'd put on iFunny him retweeting Kanye and he's just being immature about it. I mean, he's a great player, 30 goal scorer, easy. In my book's one of the best players that's come out of Boston College University. But I think that was a fair contract. I think that as he matures and as his season goes along, career goes along, he will get more money eventually, unless another team wants him and the Flames just can't afford him. It's all based on how he does, which I know he's going to do fantastic. So I feel like it was enough. It's just he needs to mature. That's all. I mean, his game's mature, but he himself needs to mature a little bit. Relatable Hockey asks, thoughts on the Pavlik situation. I haven't even gotten a chance to read a lot about it. I just know he got sent down. I think that's honestly stupid. That's not a good move. He's a great player. He's a great goaltender. So I think that moving him down wasn't the smartest of moves, but we'll see how that affects his career and where, maybe if he wants to be traded or go somewhere else. So we'll see how that works out. Oh, Canucks need Heatley. You asked, do you see the Canucks in the playoffs? No, they are far from the playoffs. One of the worst teams in scoring last season. Didn't add much to the team this year. You're just going to try and rely on the Sedins for everything. That's not going to work. The Sedins are aging. I just don't see that working out as much as everyone wants it to. I don't believe that they will do, what they want to do. So I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they need to adjust more and then they make better decisions. And hold on, just kind of going off topic here. ESPN just notified me that Wayne Gretzky joined the Oilers ownership group as partner vice chairman. And then it says he won 8 Hart trophies in Edmonton from 1978 to 88. That is awesome. Good to see him moving in with the Oilers organization. Sorry, hold on, I'm looking for questions here. Ooh, Dude Guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 asks, will Carolina's young team possibly earn them a playoff spot? Not yet. It depends. Okay, because a lot of teams, going into playoff spots, you need depth. And a lot of these teams don't have depth. And that's something I've been seeing with the Carolina Hurricanes. Young teams, yes, they're good, but you need a core group of players that are eligible to lead these young players to mature them. I think they have the chance to possibly make a playoff team, but they need to mature. They need to have different levels of players on that team that can assist those young players up. It's not something that's just going to happen like that. It takes a year or two. I've seen it with so many teams, but there's no doubt about that they will, earn a playoff spot in the near future. Let's see. Hockey_soccer asks, do you see my Habs in the playoffs? Is there hope for Detroit, or are they going to miss the postseason? And is New York Rangers season over before it even started? Habs, yes, they're going to the playoffs. That's one thing I was going to go into. That's another question. Which teams that Rusky Bork even asked it. He asked which teams that didn't make the playoffs will do this year. I'm going to mix these two questions in. I see the Habs making the playoffs and the Flames making the playoffs. Those two teams are definitely my two Canadian teams that are making the playoffs that missed out before. They've improved pretty damn well in this offseason, so I'm excited to see how they play. Is there hope for Detroit? I think this is where Detroit's streak ends. I think this is where they don't make the playoffs, and everything about them kind of just shuts down. You have Zetterberg, who's aging. You have Datsuk, who's gone. I don't see them making the playoffs this season. I know that sounds weird, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I don't see that. And the New York Rangers, season over before it starts, I'm not sleeping on the New York Rangers this year. They have a decent lineup. I mean, as long as goaltending stays healthy, your top forwards, do something, contribute. You have, Nash finally contributing. If you get him, especially him, he needs to step it up. I think that they have a good group around to produce and actually make the playoff. Well, I'm sorry, they made the playoffs before. I think that they have the team that can make noise this season. I think that they can do something special. Having only won one single game in the postseason, I think that adding Jimmy VC and everyone, getting these players together, they do have a chance. But it just depends on how the players react and how they do on the ice, and that's all that matters, I have to say. But you never know. It's the NHL season. We've seen crazier things happen. How we saw an Anaheim Ducks come back last year when they were one of the worst teams, in the entire NHL in the first month, only winning one game, and they came out to a playoff spot. So you never know what can happen. That's all I have for the questions right now. There weren't too many, but then again, I did post it at a difficult time. As for latest news, we have Sidney Crosby ruled out with a concussion, which is pretty surprising. I haven't really, seen anything about that. I didn't see when he got hurt. I didn't hear anything about it. But that's a little tough. I mean, you have a guy who's leading the team. You just led the team from the Stanley Cup. Had an awesome, run for the last half of the season. He's definitely going to be a major loss to them, but I don't think he'll be out long. I think most of it's just precautionary, taking safety measures, because I know the NHL has enhanced their concussion protocol. But, we see that. We have, of course, Carey Price out for the Montreal Canadiens with flu-like symptoms. Thank God it's not an injury. Thank God it's just a sickness. That's going to cost the Canadiens maybe a game or two. I don't think it'll be too bad, but hopefully we'll come back into shape. Then we have Patrice Bergeron ruled out. That was no shocker. I saw something. I saw about that 2 days ago or a day ago. How he was ruled out with, I believe, injury. Not sure what. And then today, Jack Eichel, Bob McKenzie tweeted. I was alert on my phone. He was on the ground screaming in pain and like a lot of pain. Couldn't put pressure on his left leg. That is a major loss, especially with how he produced last season. How it wasn't too good. I don't think that losing him is big. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I don't think losing him is that big, like too big for the team's success. But he is a loss that, kind of upsets Buffalo Sabres fans because he's so much fun to watch. Especially so right before the season starts, he gets injured. That's what, kind of hurts me. For right now, predictions of opening night games, Maple Leafs Senators. I say Senators win 3-1. Flames and Oilers. Flames win 4-2. Blackhawks and Blues. I take the Blackhawks. And then we have, I take the Blackhawks. Let's say, I'm going to say 3-1. I'm going to say 3-1 because, the Blues definitely not doing much this offseason, protecting their team, doing very well. And then I'll say LA Kings and San Jose Sharks. I will take the Sharks over the Kings 2-0. That's a very, very, I kind of just came up with these on the spot, just seeing on my TV right now. But that's how I feel about opening night. Blues and Blackhawks. That's going to be a fun one. Blackhawks, adding Mott, Schmaltz, Hartman, to their lineup. Those rookies. Hinostroza is considered a rookie. Hartman as well. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys do and step up into this lineup after for the third year in a row, their salary cap crunch. Enough with that. Here are my predictions for each division. And I don't know if you guys are going to like this. But for the Central, I'm going to say the Nashville Predators win it. I like their defensive lineup. Their offensive lineup isn't too shabby. They're going to do damn good. I see them actually going to the Stanley Cup final. I'll get into that in a second. For the Pacific Division, I have the Anaheim Ducks winning that. That's a little bit of a statement. I think that they will. I think they could. You never know with this Anaheim Ducks team. They're phenomenal. They know how to win games. They're well experienced. For the Atlantic Division, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning. In the Metropolitan, I have the Pittsburgh Penguins. Talking about the Lightning, I say they will win the Stanley Cup over the Nashville Predators in 6 games. Don't know. I just think that the Tampa Bay Lightning have more experience as a playoff team. They're more experienced with, themselves on the ice rather than the Nashville Predators. I think the Predators aren't too playoff experienced like them. I mean, they did lose in the second round to the San Jose Sharks in an awesome series. They gave them a lot of trouble, but that's what I think. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about my opinions. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate. If you agree, good to know. If you don't, fuck.